I only have two out of the 13. Sometimes I have Oh, really? Somewhere.
Morning.
You still have some venture students
Living in Park.
but you still work with ventures.
I still help out.
Welcome, friends and family. We're super proud you're all here. We are winding down our semester, and I thought we were just going to have more keep on coming out. But anyway, so it's been a good month, and you've seen much of our success up here on the stage. So far this year, we've had 65 graduates and nearly 1,900 credits earned. These great teachers and staff that's helped your students. So students, we're super proud of you. We have a big graduation with the superintendent next Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and we hope you all can be there to join us. It's also live streamed for your loved ones that live out of state, so there. Students, we're proud of you, and we're proud of you. Every one of you had a different story. It's amazing how we experienced that here. So, but anyway, your advisors need to talk. Can we give them one standing ovation, please?
Good morning. What a wonderful day it is to be here today. And I see so many beautiful faces on stage, but I'm here to speak this morning for my sweet Victor Harris. It's a bittersweet day because I'm so excited for Victor and his future and all of his plans, but I'm really definitely going to miss him. I was lucky enough to have Victor in class for a year and a half, not because he went slow, but because I had him for English 3 and 4. And every time he would get close to finishing, I would say, oh, let's give you one more assignment. Let's keep you just a little bit longer. So he made a promise to me that he would keep my class to the very end until it's time to graduate. He almost kept that promise. I was able to keep him for most of the time that he was here at Victor. Victor is such a sweet, he has just such a sweet soul. He's funny and kind and hardworking. He took his time on every assignment to make sure that he didn't just complete it, but that he did it well. And as a teacher, I can definitely appreciate that. He's also such a great sport. He would put up with me and my stupid jokes. And every time he would come in class, I would just say, "Hey, Victor," really loud. And he was just always a great sport about it. First thing in the morning, and just an all-around joy. After graduation, Victor plans to continue working in construction and then get into real estate. And in 5 years, he hopes to have his own construction company, have his own home, and be able to take care of his parents. Victor says that his biggest accomplishment is graduating early at 17 years old, which is definitely a big thing to be proud of. He said he would like to thank God for having a plan for him, as well as all of the teachers here at Venture, even the ones that he did not have. He says thank you to me for always making his day and being someone that he could talk to. And I love that because I will definitely miss our talks, Victor. I wish you the very best. You're certainly going to be missed. And there's so much more that I could say, but we have a lot of people here today. So I will keep it brief. Please congratulate our first graduate of the day, Victor Harris.
Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Ms. Waldrop Kasner and I'm here today to speak on behalf of Trevor Simon. Trevor received to Venture about 3 credits back in October 2022, and immediately I could tell this young man would make my job as an advisor easy. He wasted no time racking up credits, and after earning over 19 credits in about 2 years, his biggest accomplishment is graduating early today. During our time together, Trevor will continue to be a model model advisee, and I'm so thankful that I got to know him. He is respectful, driven, and considerate, and I just know that his future boss is gonna feel like he hit the lottery, because he's just such an incredible team player. Trevor would like to thank many people, including myself, which I'm very grateful for. Venture definitely made a positive impact. He said in addition to the good environment, he really appreciates just how helpful all of our teachers are, and you can tell that they really care. A special thank you to Ms. Haverly, Officer Gardner, and Ms. Parsons. Thank you so much for all the support. Trevor also has wonderful support outside of school. We have a lot of people here today for him, so thank y'all for being here. A special thank you to his homeboy, his best friend, Omra, his sister, his mom, his grandma. Thank you guys so much for all that you do and for helping get him here. In closing, Trevor has advice for those of you that are still working to get here. Stay focused. Stop worrying about each other and focus on yourself. Without further ado, please help me welcome Venture's next graduate, Trevor Simon. Hello, I'm Ms. Bannister, and I have the pleasure of speaking for Jada Rayford. I met Jada 1 year ago, fall of 2023. And at the beginning, it was a little bit of a struggle, but once she hit her stride, she was the model student. Trevor mentioned also that Jada was a model advisee. And yes, I think this place is really special. And she felt that. She's really quiet and shy. If you met her in the hallway and you weren't looking and she was laughing, you would know who was there. She has an infectious smile, and she's just a lovely young lady with a wonderful disposition. She made my job easy. So she plans to go to trade school and be a dental hygienist and work her way up to orthodontist. And then she wants to the things that she wanted to thank the people for was the friendships she's made here. She did come, I don't think knowing very many people, but she was quick to find her niche and her friends, and she wanted to thank Mrs. Mead, Mrs. Van Osdale, Miss Ritchie, Miss Long, Miss Thomas, and Mr. Ostrowski, Miss Bell, and Miss Hadley for all of the moments of jokes and laughter that built her confidence to speak up and ask for help. She also wants to thank her family and her boyfriend who never gave up on her and pushed her to do her very best. And that's what I love about this job, is seeing those kids who see that light at the end of the tunnel. You know, they get to their senior year and they realize, hey, I can do this even faster. She's graduating a whole semester early. And also like Trevor being 17, but not for long, because tomorrow is her birthday. I'm so very proud to announce the next Venture graduate, Jada Rayford.
Hello, my name is Ms. Bruton, and I have the honor of being Lamar's advisor for 2 years before he was adopted by the amazing Ms. Stringer, who was kind enough to let me speak for Lamar today. 2.5 years ago, we started a bridge program at Venture to support 8th and 9th graders to get a head start on their high school career. And Lamar was one of the members of our very first ever bridge cohort and is the third to graduate. Had he gone to a traditional high school, he would not have graduated until next May, which means he is earning his diploma a year and a half early. Such an accomplishment does not happen by mere luck. Lamar put in the work. He voluntarily would stay for after-school academy. His teachers always told me that he was so hardworking in class. He was consistent about the goals he set. And most importantly, he had the intrinsic drive, determination, and desire for success. So many very real and very challenging obstacles in Lamar's life could have held him back from success, but through every single one, he found a way to push through. He never stayed knocked down for too long, even if he had hilariously cynical remarks to make. He learned how to face struggle head on, learn from it, and persevere. Although Lamar's academic accomplishments are extraordinary, his strength of character is what I'm most proud of. He has proven himself to be an all-around class act. I'm sure his classmates and teachers will agree when I say that Lamar is kind, uniquely funny, and one of the most resilient people to walk these halls. Lamar has a great life ahead of him. After graduation, he plans to take a well-deserved 2-week vacation. Then he plans to get a job, possibly in retail, and start school in TCC in the fall after saving up some money. Afterwards, he would like a 4-year degree in cybersecurity. And 5 years from now, he sees himself having a good job, owning his own place, and settling into his career. He says that one of the things he is most proud of during his time at Venture is his ability to accomplish great things on his own and his ability to keep himself motivated and responsible. He is very grateful to all of his teachers, who he says are one of the greatest things about Venture. He wanted to give a special thank you to his nurturing and supporting advisor, Ms. Stringer, Ms. Waldrop, Mr. Ostrowski, Mr. Omby, Ms. Thomas, Ms. Wicker, Mr. Washington, our fantastic AP, Ms. Parsons, and our principal who envisioned the Bridge program and brought it to life, Mr. Meeks. He would also like to thank his mom for being the source of motivation and the reason he's made it this far, his sister, his 2 brothers, his niece and 2 nephews, as well as his best friends, Sergio, James, and Anastasia, for being with him over the years. Lamar, I am so honored to be a small part of your story. You have made us all so incredibly proud and are a true representation of the hope we have for all of our students here at Venture. Thank you for being a model example for others to look up to. I will miss you so much, but I know you have a wonderful life ahead of you. Please help me congratulate our latest Venture graduate, Cameron, Lamar, Chris.
Good morning, I'm Ms. Haverly. So the last 4 years of my advisory has been all females, and I get to do 2 speeches today for 2 incredible young gentlemen, so I'm very excited. The first young man I have the honor of introducing is our next graduate, Francisco Rodriguez. Francisco is not actually my advisee, but Ms. Hernandez wasn't able to be here, so I stole him, and I'm claiming him as my own now. He started at Venture in August with 13.5 credits and is graduating today more than 6 months early. This young man walked into my class with a positive attitude and a smile on his face every single day. He would actually come during classes I didn't have him just to ask if I would update his grades because he had done work the hour before. That is a testament to his dedication to his goal of graduating. He was always pretty quiet. It took me a while to get to know him, but once I did, I discovered just how smart and kind this young man is. He claimed he wasn't good at math, but even I was impressed with his skill level. He overcame a lot of struggles at his home campus, but he didn't let that stop him and even used it as motivation to work harder here at Venture. He wants to own his own HVAC company someday, and Ms. Hernandez and I both agree that that would be incredible because as a small business owner, he would be the one that does things the right way because it's the right thing to do. Ms. Hernandez said, "Thank you for brightening my day every morning with your happy face and positive attitude. I will miss you." Francisco would like to thank his mom and dad as well as his sisters for their support along the way. And his advice for you is to be nice to your teachers and don't be lazy. Just do your work. Francisco, we're so proud of you for all your hard work and determination. excited to see it pay off. Ladies and gentlemen, Venture's next graduate, Francisco Rodriguez. The next young man I get to speak for is back in that corner. I don't know, can they see you over there? Raise your hand. Make sure they can see you. Okay, good. This is Daniel Llamas. Daniel has been with me for what feels like years. He was always the first one to help with whatever project we had going on in advisory, and he kept a smile on his face all day, every day. One of the things I'm gonna miss the most about Daniel is the way he would interrupt me with random facts about life. I'd be having some serious conversation with him, really focused and intentional, and he'd be like, "Miss, do you know that the oldest living turtle is 192 years old and his name's Jonathan?" And I'd be like, "No, Daniel, I didn't know that. Focus." I think Daniel decided that after finishing his last class, which was English 4, he never wanted to write another paper again, because I've asked him numerous times to give me material for this speech, and he waited until midnight last night to send me his stuff. He would like to thank all of his teachers and the staff here at Venture for supporting him, but especially Mr. Omby, Mr. Woodson, Ms. Parsons, his girlfriend, and his parents. I would also like to thank his mom, because at least once a week, Daniel would share her homemade breakfast tacos with me, and that absolutely made my day. When I asked him if he had advice for current Venture students, he said, "What's the point?" He said, "Everyone always says the same thing. Stay off your phone, do your work, blah, blah, blah." He said, "They don't need to hear it again. They just need to listen." Daniel, I am so proud of you for all your hard work, and I can't wait to see what your future holds. Ladies and gentlemen, our next graduate, Daniel Llamas.
Hello, my name is Victor Perales. We have Janelli. Raise your hand. I met Janelli, like I did most of the orientation. I gave her a snack and she never stopped coming to my house. She was only here for a short time, but it feels like I've been knowing her for a long years and years. And that's kind of what makes her special, her presence in the room. Her first week of classes here, she came to me, told me her lunch box was stolen. I'm like, "You bring lunch to school? You know, who does that?" You know, because most days right now, a lot of kids don't. So I tell you this because, well, the only thing they stole was a Capri Sun, and they left the sandwich. And I thought it was really funny because I was like, "Man, your sandwich skills maybe, but not that great." You know? So I tell you this because that's kind of what makes her unique. You know, she's not scared to be different. She's not scared to be judged, and she's gonna do her regardless of what people say. You know, she's super funny, even though at times she will roast me for no reason. She was practicing her comedy skills on me, I guess. You know, but she's extremely hardworking. She's smart. She's friendly. She's passionate, and more importantly, she has grit. Even though at times, you know, it wasn't smooth with everything. She kept her, she never doubted herself, and her end goal was graduation, and that's why she's here today. You know, I'm extremely proud of you. Can't wait to see you, how successful you go. You know, you be here and everything, just come back, and so we can tell everybody. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Nellie's advisor, Mrs. Ritchie, and she came to me a couple of weeks ago and she said, "I have really, really bad news, Mrs. Ritchie." And I was like, "Oh gosh, what?" She said, "I asked Mr. Perales to do my speech." And I said, "That's fine, that's great, that's wonderful." And then, so we had plans for Mr. Perales to give a speech, and then he came to me this morning and said, "I think you should also give it to her. We can both be up there and support her because she's such an amazing young lady." So after graduation, she plans to work and save money until she starts college classes, which is really exciting because she's going to start at TCC in January and then transfer to UTA to become a diagnostic medical sonographer In the next 5 years, she said she'll be that sonographer, have a stable job, live away from the city in the countryside because she doesn't really like people. Have her own house, car, and live a peaceful life. Definitely. Her biggest accomplishment is definitely being on stage today and not giving up when times got hard. She is graduating half a year early with 27 credits as distinguished and with a multidisciplinary endorsement. While at Venture, she said the teachers were very helpful and understanding and pushed her to her limits. And she specifically would like to thank Mr. Perales for always being there and listening to her and all her problems and not letting her drop down to the 22 plan. She said, I really appreciate you pushing me to do my best. Ms. Parsons for accepting me into Venture and giving me a chance to better myself, even though my attendance was kind of bad at my home campus. Mr. Barris, Mrs. Sarakai, Ms. Beaver, Ms. Waldrop, and Ms. Sinclair for not giving up on me when I was trying to give up on their class. Mr. Ostrowski, Ms. Wicker, Ms. Wilson, Ms. Ritchie for always checking in on how I was doing with my classes. And then also, she said, Ms. Ritchie for pushing me to stay on the 26 plans. I wouldn't let her drop down either. Do you have any family or friends you want to thank or recognize? She wants to always thank her family for always challenging her and showing her how to become a better person. She said, I'd also like to thank that special person in my life who hasn't given up on me, no matter how hard times got, and for always supporting me and being there for me. Last but not least, she would like to thank Kat for being funny and pretty chill and advisory. Words of advice or encouragement for students, she said, 1 Corinthians 15:33, do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. Nellie, you are full of good character, and I'm so proud of you. Venture's latest graduate, Nellie Guerra. Happy Friday. I'm here a little early because I was asked by Fahad Al-Assadi to give his speech today on behalf of Mr. Woodson because he couldn't be here today, so thank you for picking me. We did get Fahad here at Venture in April of last year, and he is graduating a year and a half early. So what he's planning on doing after graduation is he wants to go to TCC for 2 years and then go to UTA for the rest and get a degree and master's in aviation, which is awesome because then maybe he can give me a discount. So what are your goals for the next 5 years? In the next 5 years, he wants to be done with college, of course, and starting his career as an international pilot. Again, I want to go international. What do you feel is your biggest accomplishment? Graduating a year and a half early. And what are some of the great things at Venture? All of the teachers are actually helpful. Yay! You're welcome. And who are some of the teachers or staff that you want to thank? He would like to thank Mr. Woodson, his advisor, Ms. Van Osdale, Mr. Barris, Mr. Ostrowski, Ms. Sarakat, and me. You're welcome. And because Mr. Woodson typically does a quote, I want to honor him today. And here is your quote specifically for you, Fahad, and for aviation. Your wings already exist. All you have to do is fly. So, please help us congratulate our newest graduate, Fahad Al-Assadi. Good morning, my name is Ms. Beaver, and I'm here to speak on behalf of Serenity Oceano. Serenity came
And in her short time here, she earned 9.5 credits. And like a lot of our students, she had personal stuff going on outside of school that could have seriously impacted her ability to achieve her goal of graduating this month, specifically before her birthday on Sunday. And despite the obstacles, including the need to move more than once, Serenity pushed forward and kept her eye on the prize. Now that she's achieved what she set out to do here at Venture, she is already looking forward to what comes next. Immediately after graduation, she plans to get herself enrolled in TCC with the intent to study cosmetology, business, and/or culinary arts. A modern day Da Vinci, she has no plans to limit her fields of interest, which means that 5 years from now, she hopes to have her college degree and either be working for the FBI or running her own bakery or going to Mars. Serenity says her biggest accomplishment in high school was staying focused. Chances are, if you ever saw her in the hall or in class, she had her iPad in her hands working on Canvas. And according to her, the part of Venture that had the greatest impact on her was her teachers. She would like to thank some of them, myself, Mrs. Van Osdale, Ms. Robbins, Ms. Johnson in the grad lab, and Mrs. Hanks. She would also like to thank Jesus. And finally, most importantly, she would like to thank Elijah. Serenity would like to leave you with some words of wisdom. If you put your mind to it, it can be done. And she stands as a shining example to the veracity of those words. Serenity, I know you will go do something special in the world, but your presence in my advisory will be greatly missed. No matter the circumstances, you kept a genuine smile on your face. You could have been angry and frustrated whenever something didn't go the way it should have or the way you planned. But instead, you told the world, okay, and kept moving. We could all do with a little more of your positivity in our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, our next Venture graduate, Serenity Osigena.
Good morning, I'm Mrs. Thomas, and I have the sincerest honor to introduce Brian Dyke. Brian started Venture here last August, and he came in with 13.5 credits, and when I went over his transcript and looked at everything, I thought, this was a pretty solid student. He's coming in as a junior, starting his junior year. The next couple of years was smooth. Well, it was smooth, but it was very fast. He had a different plan than this taking 2 years. He is one of the most intellectual and smart young men I've seen in a very long time. And so I hope he goes to college. I think that's his plan, but he will definitely need to be challenged and stretch that brain because you are so smart. Brian, the reason he was able to move so fast, he had 2 or 3 strategies that helped him be successful. One is he used his class time very wisely, very efficiently. He even used advisory periods. If we didn't have something planned, I'd look over there, and he was still working in that 15 minutes. He was able to finish 8.5 credits since August and graduate a 1.5 years early. The other thing that I attribute that is such a transferable skill out into the real world that also helped Brian be successful is he has not missed 1 day of school since he started. Attendance, come and it will happen. So attendance. And so with his strong work ethic and everything, he is going to be very successful. Brian, I hope you know the world is out there for the taking with your maturity and your focus on your priorities, your positive disposition, and your academic ability, you will be able to have any career you decide to pursue. He's not real sure what he wants to do because he's 16, and so the world is wide open for this young man. And so he is going to start college in the fall and explore his options and see what he would like to do for the rest of his life. He feels like his biggest accomplishment is making it to graduation a year and a half early. He feels like Venture had a positive impact on him, again, with very supportive teachers and also the friends that have helped him stay focused when he got distracted. The few people that he would like to thank is Thomas, Mr. Woodson, and all the teachers that he had at Venture, and Ms. Parsons for accepting his application and letting him come here. And then last but not least, he would like to thank Mom and Dad for their endless love and support, all the hard work they put in, and the sacrifices they have made to help him reach this milestone. If you would, please help me celebrate Venture's next graduate, Brian Dyke.
Good morning. My name is Ms. Stringer, and I'm here to proudly introduce my advisee, Aaliyah Avalos. I've had the absolute pleasure of spending the last 2.5 years with Aaliyah. She joined us as a true freshman in the Bridge program, and now she is graduating a year and a half early. Aaliyah has faced many challenges in her young life. Her path has not been easy, but she never gave up. Whenever she encountered setbacks, she quickly got back on track and continued earning credits. Aaliyah has always been strong, fierce, and independent. Over the years, I have seen her mature, gain confidence, develop compassion for others, and light up rooms with her smile. Aaliyah's goal for the next 5 years is to become an ultrasound tech working in a hospital. She dreams of traveling and shopping wherever she goes. She hopes to visit New York one day and spend Christmas in Iceland or Switzerland. She envisions living in a downtown loft with her dog and possibly a cat. And everything will be pink and leopard print. Aaliyah's biggest accomplishment is graduating at 16 and making her mommy proud. Some of the great things at Venture that positively impacted her journey include her best friends, Janai and Sanaya, and the chill environment at Venture. Aaliyah would like to thank several teachers and staff members. She thanks me for always being there and supporting her journey to graduation. She thanks Ms. Bruton for all of her talks and advice, Ms. Van Osdell for being her school bestie and for her humor, and Ms. Hanks for their great conversations and snacks. She also gives a shout out to Ms. Wicker, Mr. Barris, Ms. Bell, Ms. Thompson, Officer Gardner, and Ms. Waldrop. Aaliyah would like to thank her mom for being her mommy. Even though she's not with us today, she knows her mommy is proud of her. She does all this for her and has thought of her every step of the way. She loves her a lot. Aaliyah told me that if her mommy were here today, she would be the loudest one in this cafeteria, cheering for her safe death. She also thanks her aunt for being more like a big sister. Your tough love has guided her in the right direction. You have been there for her mentally, physically, and in every way possible. You have made all the difference in her life, and without you, she wouldn't be who she is today. Aaliyah thanks her grandparents. Despite all the struggles their family has faced, they have always ensured the family is well. She thanks them for taking her and her siblings in, because without them, she has no clue where she would be. She also thanks her granny, her Uncle Roy, her 2 sisters, and her baby brother for sticking by her and supporting her on this journey. Aaliyah has some advice for all of you. Just do your work, literally. It's easy if you put your mind to it. Please join me in celebrating our next graduate, Aaliyah Avalos.
Happy Friday. I just have to say, there's so often that graduates tell us, tell the teachers how much they miss them, and this group specifically, I just think you don't know that y'all have made an impact on us too, and we will remember you forever, and it just makes working here be such an amazing thing. So thank you guys. I'm really excited for you. So, without further ado, you guys will stand. And you're gonna move your tassel from the right to the left. And they are now officially graduates.
Happy Friday, see you again. Okay, so here is the for me. You change the world by just being yourself. It's easy, just be you. Don't be anyone else. Don't try to please others. You be true to who you are, and you do the things you want to do, as long as they're appropriate. And you just keep moving forward. I am going to miss these faces. You're more than welcome to come and visit me anytime you want.